Hello, my name is Perry Smith, and I'm here to talk about my book, The God Experience, which I just uploaded onto YouTube as an audiobook. But first, I'd like to say a few things about my own spiritual awakening, just to give you an idea of where I'm coming from spiritually and what this book is based on. This all started back in the fall of 1983 when I was a senior in high school and I became friendly with an old man working at a gas station. Now, I say old man, he was all of 32 years old. But when you're 18, 32 seems ancient. But this guy came of age in the 1960s, and he saw all the amazing rock bands of that era. So every now and then I used to go to the gas station and quiz him on what it was like to see all these amazing bands that I love too. Bands like Led Zeppelin, The Who, Cream, the Jimi Hendrix Experience, the Jeff Beck Group, Jethro Tull, and so many others. And after a while, we developed a pretty neat friendship. But it was one night during the following spring when I was at the gas station and we were just shooting the breeze about the normal subject matter when I noticed a big blue book lying on the desk in front of where we were sitting. And I asked him, "What's that book about?" And he said to me, "It's about a lot of things, but it's mostly about God." And I thought to myself, God, wow, I hadn't thought about God since I was a kid. And for the next 2 hours, I sat there and grilled him with questions about God, and he was providing me with truthful answers. And it was really enlightening. But the two things I remember most about that conversation after all these years were one, the nature of God, and two, the Spirit of God. Thinking back to when I was a kid, I thought about God as having a dual nature. He was both a positive, loving creator, but he was also a mean and punishing destroyer. And my friend explained to me that night that how could you have someone who is pure, perfect, and divine, and at the same time be angry, jealous, wrathful, and vengeful? The two things didn't mesh. And I thought to myself, that makes a lot of sense. And the second thing, which is probably the most important spiritual truth ever revealed to humankind, was the living spirit presence of God resides within the minds of all people. And I thought, that sounds pretty far out. How is that possible? But when you think about it, good parents don't have children that then abandon them. They're there for them from day one to forever. And once again, this too made all the sense in the world. So I left that gas station that night not only feeling enlightened, but also electrified and elated. I could feel my body vibrating with this amazing sense of anticipation. And on the drive home, after all these years, I remember distinctly thinking to myself, I'm not alone in this car. I could literally feel God's presence driving in that car with me, and it was amazing. And so by the time I got home, I was literally walking on air. I just couldn't believe what I just heard and was now experiencing. So I walk into the house, and my mom's watching TV as usual. It's probably 10 o'clock at night. She's probably watching Dynasty or Dallas. And I say, "Good night, Mom," and I run down to my basement bedroom. I shut off all the lights in the room, and I lay flat on the floor with my face up. And I just laid there and fully and completely opened my heart and mind to the spirit presence of God that I just learned about. And he came through in the most complete and powerful way. And I just lied there for what seemed like hours with tears streaming down my face in this incredible state of bliss and joy and happiness and safety and security. It was truly unlike anything I'd ever experienced before in my life. And there was just no doubting that what I was experiencing was real, and who I found that night was God. It was just so powerful. And with this book, I not only try to capture the feeling and excitement of that first night, but also the subsequent 30 years of knowing and working with God on this personal, intimate level in an effort to help the reader to have that same kind of first-hand, intimate experience with God that I had that night. And over time, I began to see myself as a sort of dating service to God, if you will, trying to bring the reader and God together as one in this kind of holy matrimony. So if you're single and seeking, this book just might be able to help you to fall in love with God. He's already in love with you. He's just waiting for you to open that door in your heart to him. And I hope this book can help you to do that. And just a couple of other things. If you're like me and you enjoy reading real books, not audiobooks, you can click on the description in this video and there'll be a link that'll take you to the publisher's website where you can purchase a hard copy of this book. And lastly, if you have any questions about God, my book, or spiritual truth, you can email me at thegodexperience14 at gmail.com, and I will answer your question on future video posts that I will be uploading onto YouTube going forward. So thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy the God Experience.